What is up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are checking out some Battlefield 4 gameplay. This is Altai Range. This is on the China Rising DLC. And so what I wanted to do was kind of do a video about knowing your role. So in Battlefield, I've kind of mentioned before how the reason why I like this game is because there's so many ways that you can play. There's so many different tools and toys that you can play with on the field, and it really does work like a paper, rock, scissors style type game where every piece of armor on the field, it has some sort of advantage against something else on the field, but it also has disadvantages whenever you go up against other types of armor. And the same thing goes with soldiers. People ask me, Dragon, what's the best class to use, or what's the best vehicle to drive? And my answer is always the same. They're all great. It just depends on the situation and what you're doing with it. And so one thing that I've noticed is that, for instance, I saw a lot of people grabbing our AA the other day, our anti-air vehicle, and they were just running right into the middle of the action and they were getting destroyed. And because of that, because they were just getting totally wiped out every time, enemy aircraft got to stay in the air. And then that was also harming our entire team. So I wanted to show you how one piece of machinery on the field can really change the tide of the battle and really help out your team. And it's not like you even have to be in a squad. You don't even have to be talking to anybody. Like, I was pretty much lone wolfing it throughout this match. And so what I did was, on this particular map, I went and I wanted to go somewhere where I could hide. And yes, camping sometimes is okay. And I know I've talked about campers in the past, and we all give them a little grief every once in a while. But in Battlefield, there are times where camping is acceptable and a lot of times preferred. For instance, if you're playing Conquest, defense is a great thing to do. You want to stay and pay attention and watch the base, and don't let somebody else just come in and take it and you're sitting there playing Ring Around the Roses. The other thing is, what I wanted to do with the AA was I wanted to take it to a location on the map where, one, I was somewhat close to the enemy's base. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One, well, actually, it's the same reason. I catch all their aircraft coming in from their base. Also, if the enemy gets in one of the air raid bunkers or whatever it is, where the big plane comes out that's got the JDAMs that you can throw down, you can also catch those as they're coming onto the map. And if you catch them early, then you can destroy them before they have a chance to destroy any of your troops. And so what I'm doing here is I am just camping out, and I am also trying to just focus on my job, which in this particular instance is making sure I keep all the enemy aircraft out of the sky, and at least trying to do that to the best of my ability. Now, a lot of people, they like to see soldiers, and if you see one and you think you can take them out easy, go for it. You can shoot and kill them or whatever else. But like, I see a lot of people like shooting after tanks and LAVs, and you don't want to bring unwanted attention to you. Like, sometimes it's better to just let an enemy roll past you and let somebody else handle it. Let a tank handle a tank. Let a LAV handle, whatever it is that they're handling. But your job in this particular instance, if you're running the AA, is to, one, stay alive, and two, destroy the enemy aircraft. That's our main objective. And if you're doing anything else, then you're doing really too much. If you're trying to run around and take bases with the AA, there's no need in that. There's plenty of other people on the field in order to handle that job. Your job is aircraft. And another thing that you'll notice throughout this clip is there was a couple of times where I would actually see an LAV or a tank, and they were coming out to get me, and they were going to try to take me out because I was keeping all of their planes pretty well tamed. And so anytime that I saw that happening, you can try to be a man and try to go head to head with that, but you're going to lose 95% of the time. So sometimes it's cool to hightail it and run away to somewhere where you've got help. And it just so happened that a couple of these times where this happened, I was able to go back and run around to somewhere where I had a tank that could back me up, and they could handle that. And then so if they're running around trying to chase me, I can stay on the move, stay running. You know, I'm not worried about trying to fight somebody. I'm just worried about trying to stay alive, because if you're staying alive, that gives you more opportunities to shoot down some airplanes. So just think about that the next time you're in a vehicle, or maybe if you're having trouble with vehicles in Battlefield. What is your role? What is the role of whatever it is that you're doing? Another thing to keep in mind is also things that can help you out is if you do get damaged or whatever, making sure that you're an engineer so you can jump out and repair your vehicle in case you ever need that. So it's just, you know, once you play for a while, you learn all the mechanics, you learn the different capabilities, the different functions of each vehicle, which, you know, nobody is going to know if they just jump right into the game. That takes time. But if you take the time to really figure out this game, it's going to make it a lot more enjoyable. It's going to make it enjoyable for you, your teammates, and you're going to aid in your win. And you may not even get a whole lot of kills. You may not get on the top of the leaderboard, but you can know that if you're doing your job, you're helping your team, period. That does it for me, The Red Dragon. Be sure to stay tuned right here to this channel for more Battlefield videos coming up shortly. Thanks for watching.